All right. Hello, everyone. I love and appreciate you. I want to do a quick shout out to Deborah, Scott, Eric, Lisa Marie, Kevin, Coach Bob, David, Melody, Karen, Jody, Michael, and Angela. I always know she's in there, and Bill. Of course, Ezra and Matthew, and then, of course, CJ, the hostess with the mostest. I appreciate you and all of you that will watch this on a replay. I think this will be a really, really good one. Yesterday, we talked about procrastination. I know that no one understands that. So any of you ever procrastinated, raise your hand. And see, then there's some of you like Kevin that will think about it and raise his hand later. You know what? And all the times I've done that, it never, ever, ever fails. You know what I mean? It's like someone's like, I'm distracted, or, I'll raise my hand later. I want to think about it. And so I thought a good backup to procrastination is distractions. Distractions. Now, if some of you watch, I dedicated yesterday's to Eric Markham, and I appreciate him. He watched it and said, thank you so much. It made so much sense. And as you're as you really, really, really think about designing your life and creating the perfect day, look for those videos. Once you have your perfect day in your imagination, then what you got to do is really, really be conscious on all the things that you do all day that keeps you busy that are distractions. And one of the things is a lot of the distractions, believe it or not, are part of those little habits that we all do that just keep coming up, right? They just always are there. We've done them for a long time. Don't use Dino and the multiple voices to beat you up. But there was this phrase that I remember when I was young, and it used to be, all my uncles were entrepreneurs, every one of them. It was amazing. And they grew up. That was back in the day when, the way that you took care of your farm and your ranch was just have more kids. So my mom was one of nine. And as they, it's like none of them finished school, but each one of them got in a trade. And it was like plumbing, and then another one did electrical, and another one did framing, house framing. Another one did, any kinds of excavating, so you have to dig or level out land, dig for a septic tank. All of them knew how to do concrete. So my point would be is a number of times in the big, amount of acres that my grandma and grandpa had, each one of them got a couple of acres. And when one of them decided that they wanted to build a home, it was like something that you see with the Amish. I mean, the amount of time it would take to lay a foundation, build a basement with a foundation, and build a house, put plumbing and electrical in it, and then sheetrock it and roof it and finalize it. It was like, it seemed to me as a very young boy that it took them a week to do that. It was just like crazy when you have everyone working together. And that's the point that I want to make with you. It's like when I see people that are distracted, the first goal in life is, wouldn't you like a following? Wouldn't you like people that followed you? And I'm telling you right now, if you're not building a following, it's because we said success leaves clues, but other stuff leaves clues. And so if people are following you on social media and they're like, wow, they're promoting this person. Wow, they're promoting this. Wow, they're promoting this. Wow, they're promoting this. Wow, they're following this person. If you see people that it's like all you got to do is look at their social media timeline and your mind goes, wow. I remember that, people have like these mini URLs, and they have like these milkshakes, and you guys know what I'm talking about, where they got these things where you go to their to that link, And the amount of stuff that they're doing is just like, what the hell? You know what I mean? It's like, and then people also have that on their Facebook profile. So you go to their Facebook profile and it's like, if you need dish soap, go here. And if you need aloe vera, go here. And if you want to write a book, go here. And you know, do you guys know what I'm talking? And it's like, I don't know. I think that again, we went through personalities and stuff, and that's in the classroom. But there was this trait that I heard from my uncles, and they would always say, a jack of all trade, you know. So nowadays, I guess you could say a Jill of all trade, right? But there was always these people that my uncles would laugh at. I'd hear them laughing at them. And it's like, don't you want to be above average good in anything? I mean, because as soon as you focus long enough, and I already have done a video on focus, it's like you really, really got to focus and focus on finding your gift. Jody sent me a message today, and it was like, you know, the first thing you got to do is the uncomfortable work of finding what makes you unique and what is your gift. And then in a very uncomfortable way, you got to learn to promote that gift. So this is the way I looked at it this morning in my prayer time. It's like, if God gave you a gift and all you do is not believe that you're a miracle, don't proclaim your uniqueness, and don't promote your gift, and all you're doing is promoting everybody else but you, is that ringing for anybody? It's because if you don't want to promote your gift because you don't know it, and you would just rather spend the rest of your life promoting the next exciting thing that happens, you know, they actually have a name for that. It's called shiny ball syndrome. You know what I mean? And there's not a lot of people that really love following a shiny ball person. So for those of you that have known me for a long, long time, I heard something from one of my mentors, and that was the billionaire, Roger Penske, and he was going, Robert, why not master one book? Why not study one book? Why not execute one book? Why not get really, really, really good at promoting one thing? Because I know a lot of people do things because they would like to be financially free, right? But you're never going to become financially free if your audience looks at you and it looks like you're not a good juggler. You know, how many people have seen these people that are masters at juggling, and they're juggling a chainsaw, a running chainsaw, and then like a small like rubber ball, that or Nerf ball, you know what I mean? And then a bowling pin. And your mind is going, it would be hard enough to learn how to juggle 3 balls that weighed the same, that looked the same. You got a little different throw when you're throwing a Nerf ball versus a chainsaw. You know, but throughout my life, you know, one of the things I want to do on Daily Wisdoms is really, really point out, because a lot of you know this already. I do a lot of videos of things that I'm personally thinking about, right? And my life right now needs to be more focus and less distractions. Now that I've decided that I'm going to promote the whisper that God gave me, unlimited wisdom, and I do know that's that for me, I can really, really tell that I'm focusing. You know how I can tell you that I'm focusing? I've never had more people reach out to me in the last 2 months of people that I know that have never ever reached out to me. And they're reaching out to me about this business, and they're reaching out to me about this business, and they're reaching out to me about all these things because the universe on the dark side, Darth Vader's side, is trying to get me distracted. See, so when you're aware, wow, I'm getting on the right thing, all of a sudden I'm getting job opportunities. I mean, like, who in the hell thinks that I want to have a job? But I had a company yesterday reach out to me, and he just very simply said, I need a number. And I'm going, what are you talking about? He said, 100, 150. And I go, you kidding me? He goes, Robert, I'm talking a month. I know what you make. I said, 150,000 a month? Yeah, all expenses, cover your benefits, and I'll give you a black card that you can use for doing whatever. So he wants to hire me to be a master distributor for his company and just expand the company all over. And I'm going like, man, I'm on the right path. Because it's like, hey, I will give you a leg. All these people are reaching out to me. And I'm going, what am I doing differently on social media? Am I really like out there on social media right now telling people that I'm looking for something? No. How many people are getting this? So if you know you're on the right path, you will always know that you're on the right path because you got all these distractions. Now, here comes the other part of distractions. When you do find the thing that is your gift that you love, that, I know that I've said this phrase many times, but it's coming up as I'm saying it. But, you will always know when you're doing the thing that you want to do because it's no longer work. It's no longer work. It's like now all of a sudden you're doing something that you can't wait to do. So you're doing it, but you also love it. So now it's not work. And I've seen, not saying that some of you already got this down, but I've seen such an incredible change in Lisa Marie. I just really, really have, where it seems like she's doing more than she ever has done. She looks like she's getting more done than any time that I've ever known her. So why are all these blessings coming to her? Because, doing something with her husband and Freddie Fix It, it's like, I know that I know. Have you guys ever seen somebody and you get around them and you go, yeah, this is why they're on this planet? And the other thing I see about what Lisa's doing, it's something like I was thinking today. Lisa Marie, by the way, I love you. I just wanted to give you a quick shout out. And one of the things that I want you guys all to sort of think about is, all this stuff that happened with my mother-in-law. And all of a sudden I'm starting to go, okay, so, something could happen to me. And what would I pass down to, my son and Ezra and, everything, right? So when I think about, Jim Rohn, which was one of my other mentors, is there any doubt in your guys' mind that whoever's running Jim Rohn's material is still profiting from it? And see, and Matt's even told me this, right? Matt's even told me, he said, Dad, man, there's going to be a time with AI that, no offense, I'm not trying to be mean, but, I can have you out there doing stuff all day, every day. So you build a library of stuff, that someone else can utilize, in the future. And that's where Jim Rohn said that incredible phrase that we die twice. Once when we stop breathing here on this planet, and the next time we die is when no one's no longer saying our name. I don't think a week goes by that I don't hear Jim Rohn's name. You know what I mean? And so that's something that I know that I got to focus on. And so not only stop procrastinating, I love what Eric said. He said after he watched the whole video, he said the part that he took away the best was stop it. And I hope he doesn't mind me saying this because I know it's going to slide into Sunday. You know what I mean? Master's mind, where sometimes people are very, very nice. It's like a velvet hammer. They're just very, very nice and trying to direct you and get you to do the right thing because you don't see it yourself. And there's always this thing that I've heard is that, do idiots know they're idiots? Okay. Here's one for you that's really good. Do distracted people know they're distracted? They don't know. They've been doing it for so long. Is people that are distracted. They don't know. They've done it for so long. And so when I shared yesterday about the procrastination, it immediately got me to go, what are things that I do every day? And I even brought up one of them while I was on the video. If unlimited wisdom is the thing that God whispered to me, and it is, that should be my first post every morning. Yeah, but since 2007, I've always did Facebook at that time. Facebook doesn't pay me, and Facebook does everything in its power not to spread my word to other people. Right? Does any of you know anyone that makes $10,000, $100,000 a month on Facebook? No. Why are they on other platforms? Right? So that is the point. Find a platform that is paying you. Matt sent me, I believe, the thing for our school yesterday. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but now I guess there's someone that made 400,000. So me, I've always been the person that when I seen my mentor Bill make 62 grand, my mind just went, if I focus and do the things he does and don't get distracted, I don't need to make 62,000, but 6,000 a month would work. How many of you would an extra $6,000 be good for you? So there's two things, and I'll talk on Saturday, at the beginning of Saturday, a little more about this, because I want to share with you guys that if you do, focus, that you're going to see your whole life change. Everything that you've ever wanted. People say all the time that, well, I love to help people. If you love to help people, show them how not to be distracted. But if you just love being distracted, and it's like, my God, you were doing this, and then you talked about this, and now you're talking about this. So yesterday was procrastination, and then I thought today in figuring out my priorities, doing what I share with you guys to do. And I rewrote my priorities, and guess what? How many people seen me do a good morning post this morning? And I put a little more thought in it than normal. And man, I really stretched myself. I actually did 3 gifts instead of 1. And some of you are going, it takes less than a second to do another 2 gifts. I know. Why not set the path, set this scenario that you're doing, right? And so now I get to look at my life, and now that I'm looking at priorities and moving my priorities up, I'm really, really being aware of the distractions that I do every day that shouldn't be there. Because I'm moving my whole life around. right? So when you move your whole life around, you're going, wow, if I move that there, then I'm not doing this distraction. If I move this here, wow, I usually am distracted at that point too. And then, oh my God, how many distractions do I have to get out of my life? Because listen, you guys, you will not get the distractions out of your life. You will not do what you need to do if you don't know what that is. Are you guys following me? So if you're just, and I get it. I totally get it, you guys. Please, when I say this part, please listen to my heart. If you're happy, if you're truly, truly happy, and you really don't need any money, I don't care if you do thousands of things. Do you understand that? My deal here is just to help you. And so I know what I'm going to cover a little bit on Sunday because I just dropped in Chat GPT, and you guys could do this too. And this is all I said. I put Bible verses that have to do with being distracted. And, you know, it pulled up like 10 of them. And I went, okay, that's for Sunday. So how many of you know that there's, you know, not only, I love this phrase, do you know that it says not to fear 365 times in the Bible? One for every day. Because most of the things that we should do, we don't do because we're scared, right? We're, you know, false evidence appearing real, false emotions appearing real. But I would say that if all you could do, here's my last part of my imagination here. Because people don't like this word, discipline. I want you to look at your day, and there's certain things that you do during the day that you really, really, really enjoy doing. And it could just be relaxing, watching Housewives, you know what I mean? Or, you know, it could be, you know, Coach Bob's on here. It could be watching sports, you know what I mean? It could be stuff that you just go, this is my chill out. This is my relaxed time, right? So look at stuff in your day that you do that seems to be more rewarding to you. And all you got to say is, if I don't do this, I don't get to do that. Because remember, I was talking about you got to find a way to reward yourself. See, the stuff that you do that you even get mad at yourself for doing. There's this phrase out there. It's like, why do you do that? I don't know why I do that. You know, Eric, since I talked about him yesterday, it's like, you know, sometimes Eric will say to me, I don't know why I procrastinate. And I go, yeah, you do. Well, what do you mean? You reward yourself for procrastinating. Everything has a payoff. Are you guys listening to me? Everything has a payoff. And so the reason that you procrastinate and put it off is because if you did that, it would make you feel uncomfortable. So by procrastinating, you're just relaxing and hanging out. There's the reward. I pulled off another day and didn't do what I said to myself that I promised myself that I would do. So what you got to do is look at those distractions and go, okay, I love doing that, but I only will do that once I do this. Mastering the mundane. That has always been one of the best videos. I don't know if I've done that video yet with Unlimited Wisdom, but mastering the mundane is, without going into it, because I'm told I'll do a video on it even if I already have. But that's what really blows our mind, is when you see what people do routinely every single day, and they could do it half asleep. They could do it totally asleep. You guys know what I'm talking about? And and some people make $1 million a year mastering the mundane. So, you look at someone that plays a sport, right? And it's like, well, what do you do? Well, I shift through the gears and then I hold it to the floor and then I lift off the gas, shift a gear, go around a corner, and then I get in the straightaway and I shift a couple of gears and I throw it on the floor. And it's like, Karen's here, and it's like, people that have never been to a NASCAR race just go, I don't understand. They just drive around making left turns, just constantly just left turn, left turn, left turn. It's like, wow. You know what I mean? And if my wife was here, she'd even make a joke about it. She's like saying, listen, I always watch NASCAR with my husband because, man, I can sleep through that like you cannot believe. You just, you know, and Karen's laughing, I know, because it's like Bristol's a half a mile and they do like 500 laps on a half a mile track. 98 to 78, 98 to 78, 98 to 78. And it's just like pushing each other out of the way. And is there any other sport that you guys know that when you look at them, you go, I just don't get it? It's like, golf, hit a ball, chase it, find it, hit the ball. Chase it, find it, hit the ball, chase it, find it, try to get it in the cup. Pick it up, go to another part of the grass and hit it and go get it, and then hit it and then go get it, and then hit it and go get it and try to get it in the cup. And then go to another part of the grass and hit it, go find it, hit it. Now, if you talk to people that love golf, they're not going to explain it that way. You know what I mean? But any other sport, it's just really, really hilarious. But then let's talk about someone that's got a job. How many of you guys, I knew people that worked in manufacturing plants. It's like, what do you do? Car pulls up, I grab this thing, it puts on 5 lug nuts, then I pull it back, and I wait for the next car, and I go, what do? I tighten the lug nuts on the left front tire of a Ford Fiesta. What else do you do? That's it. It reminds me right away, I had this download of some of the funny Louisville Ball, and the candy factory. You know what I mean? Trying to put the candies in the right way, and then she didn't. She started putting them in her mouth. It's like this conveyor belt, and it reminded me of that because apparently this company just didn't make a machine for this, but it looked like they were making bread, right? And this guy would make the bread, and it would go down this long thing, conveyor belt thing, right? And then there was another one that went another direction. And there was a guy there. And he was sitting there, and here it came. He put his hand underneath it. He had, plastic gloves on. And the little piece of bread, dough landed in his hand. And then he went over and put it on the other conveyor belt. And he was looking at the camera while someone was filming him. And he was like, yeah, I'm the guy that puts the dough from one conveyor belt. But how many people in the world don't have a job? Right? And it's like, hey, I got this job. I've mastered this job. It's mundane and as simple as it is. So with yesterday's video, I want each and every one of you today to just ask, I used to do this all the time. When in marketing, I'll just basically clear my mind. Then I'll go look at my social media, and then I'll scroll through my own social media and just ask myself, what is the main message that I'm giving away here? What is the main thing that I'm trying to focus on? So just to be open with all of you, my goal is how fast I can get to 1,000 paying members in Unlimited Wisdom. And so a lot of stuff that I have personally are distractions. And those distractions are the things that I do all the time that I've just never really realized that are distractions. And that focus needs to be on promoting Unlimited Wisdom. So you guys are going to see a lot of difference in me because I'm going to take a lot of the distractions and I'm going to start doing lives on TikTok and lives on Instagram, lives on YouTube, and even lives on Facebook and my pages on Unlimited Wisdom. And if you guys know me, I don't do that. So if I'm going to do that, then that means I got to find space of the things that I'm sort of distracted that I don't have to do. How many of you would be really willing to admit that your day is pretty cushy? Would anybody want to admit that if I came to your house with a movie projector and just watched your whole day, and the response would be, no wonder you're not getting anything done? It's like, it looked to me like you focused like 10 minutes on 40 frickin' things. Am I getting a yes or a yes? All right. So if you felt like I was beating on you in this video, then all I'm telling you is you're a lot like me, and I don't like that part of me. I don't like the part of me that goes, Robert, you need to promote yourself, your gift that God gave you. You need to focus on your gift, and you got to focus on building Unlimited Wisdom. Well, it'd be so much easier just to promote this shit. It'd be so much easier to do this. It'd be so much easier. Do some of you not want to focus on the thing that you know you should do and you should promote? And I'll be really, really bold here, and I'm going to be more bold on Sunday, is it's very, very, very clear in every belief, every organized religion, it's very obvious what you're supposed to be doing all day, every day. And if you don't know what that is, I'll talk about it on Sunday. But if you used AI, if you read the Bible like I'm doing and you go through it, it's very simple. Put me first, meditate on the word day and night, go to the ends of the world and share the great news. Tell people that they're a miracle and that they're loved. They don't need to be alone anymore. That sounds like witnessing. Yeah. Man, can I think of a lot of stuff to do other than that? Right? So if you believe in something, then your number one focus is, well, I know that people would be very, very blessed by, my school. And a blink of an eye, I look at all the content that we have in the classroom, and I'm going like, yeah, Robert, it's time to start promoting it. What do you think stopped me from promoting it in the last 2 months? Well, it just needs something else. It just needs a little more of this. It just, maybe there's not. Is there anybody here that thinks that we have enough information in the classroom for $30 a month? Does anybody think that we have enough value there? Okay. So why aren't I adding more people every day? All of you know. because you're dealing with the same thing. Hey, I'd rather be on live with you guys. In a blink of an eye, I went from no lives to 7 lives, right? I went from no content to 14 hours of content. I got all these incredible creators that are on here posting some incredible posts and value. The community we have is worth it. So it's time for me to get rid of the distractions and focus on what is most important. So, two things in my life that I know I got to do every day. If I'm not a pastor or someone that's good at leading people to salvation or healing, then I got to be able to put them in front of somebody that will. Does that make sense? And it's like, so I've been a good follower, like practically my whole life. So me stepping in to this other realm is not comfortable. And I just thought that I would share with each and every one of you if I asked, hey, what was the gift that God gave you that you should be promoting? What if that was the only question that I asked you? And if you said, well, my gift is helping people, how do you help them? I am the best distractor on the frickin' planet. You wouldn't believe the different videos, the different quotes, the different books. Man, if you want to look at my social media, I can distract anybody. That's my gift. My gift is them to listen to this person, then to listen to this person, then to listen to this person. I can get the person so distracted that they don't get anything done. I don't think that God would say that was your gift. Do you agree with me? So, let's find a focus. Stop procrastinating. Get that blueprint of the design you want to find. And then put your imagination out there of how many people you want to help. So, I love and appreciate you. Stop the distractions. I'm going to lead by example. That's what I got to do. So you guys will see. I'll just say it to you and then you'll watch me. So there won't be any doubt what I'm focused on. There won't be any doubt that I have to do what God's whispered for me to do. And that's to share the good news to as many people as I can, as fast as I can. It's not for me to find the people that don't have ears to hear. How many people are really good at finding people that don't have ears to hear? And I don't think I've ever said this ever, but what a great place to close. When you guys know that you know that you know that you're attracting people that are distracted, is because you attract who you are. See, it's just the universe is just a mirror. You don't understand, Robert. Everyone I talk to is got too many things going on. They're distracted. They don't want to do anything. Oh, so you're attracting people that are just like you. What? Oh yeah, they get in and then they don't make one post. They don't, engage with anything. Interesting. Maybe there's too many different ideas to post on. So I love you guys and I appreciate you. And if no one's ever given you permission to make these little changes, these little small changes to make them grow, you know what you need to focus on. And you also know that you got to stop procrastinating. And you also know that you just got to get rid of all the distractions that are so easy and simple to do. I posted a thing that was really funny for me and Craig and Matt today. And I'll go grab it and read it because I know that I wouldn't even say it correctly. But it was like an inside joke. It was an inside joke for us. So it's a banner and it says, we do this not because it's easy, but because we thought it would be easy. How many people know that that's just pretty much their life? You know what I mean? We do this not because it's easy, but we thought it was going to be easy. And now it's going to take some effort and some focus. And I don't get to blow off a lot of time on just distraction. You know, I think every one of you, let's close out the rest of the years that we have in our life living instead of just existing. I've never wanted to be the person. It's like, I guess I'm already said what I need to say. But I don't need a bunch of people showing up at my memorial going, man, if there's anything about Robert Hollis, that dude was so distracted. I mean, did he really complete anything? Did he frickin' finish anything? Did he leave anything to the people that loved him? No. We even went in his house and found a stamp collection. Really? Yeah, but it wasn't completed, so it's not worth anything. All these, all these collections of shit that are not complete. Let's start finishing some stuff off so we can feel good about ourselves and our gift, and then do it again and again and again. I love you. I appreciate you guys. Always believe in yourself because I believe in you. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.